Today's lesson is on CS number 98 and it covers conjunctions. Conjunctions are a part of speech that joins or connects words. They are used to join words, phrases, and clauses, and we'll be looking at 3 different types of conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions join equal words, phrases, or clauses. So the key here is that they are equal. The most common coordinating conjunctions are and, but, and or. And I'll go through 3 examples, one for equal words, one for equal phrases, and one for equal clauses. For equal words, you could have he was wet and cold. So wet and cold are the equal words that they are joining. An example of equal phrases is set the box by the window or by the door. So by the window would be our first phrase and by the door would be our second phrase. For equal clauses, we could have the sentence, we tried our hardest, but we could not open it. So our 2 equal clauses are, we tried our hardest and we could not open it. Coordinating conjunctions are used to create compound structures. The first one is a compound subject. So Tara and Jack are very good friends. So Tara and Jack would be the subject of the sentence altogether. So it's a compound subject because and the conjunction is joining the 2 parts of it. You can also have a compound predicate. So predicates are what happens in the sentence. They're usually surrounding verbs. So she tripped and fell over the pile of books on the floor. So tripped and fell are our 2 verbs. So this is a compound predicate because it's not just that she tripped over the pile or she fell over the pile. She tripped and fell. We actually have 2 verbs in this compound predicate. You can also have the compound object of a preposition. So we like skiing in January or February. So or is our coordinating conjunction. It is combining the objects January and February, which are the objects of the word in, right? In January or in February. Correlative conjunctions join similar groups of words, and they always come in pairs of conjunctions. So I'll give you examples for each of these. The first set of conjunction pairs is both and. So for example, you could say both bananas and pears can be found in the fruit section. Now, hopefully you spell this right and don't put pound. There we go. The second set of pairs is not only, but also. So the also is optional. Not every example will have the word also, but some of them might. So, not only are we going in the morning, but we are leaving at 4 a.m. Our third pairing is either or either or. You can say it either way. So either she goes to the practice or she doesn't play in the game. The next set of pairings is neither nor or neither nor. And so they're used to mean that neither of the things happened. So neither Colette nor Clarissa showed up for the meeting. Means that both of them did not show up. Our final set of pairings is whether or. We didn't know whether to cry or to laugh. Our final type of conjunctions are subordinating conjunctions. A subordinating conjunction is used to combine unequal parts of a sentence. So that could be like combining a dependent clause with an independent clause. The dependent clause is subordinate, so it needs a subordinating conjunction. You would use a coordinating conjunction, the first type we learned about, to combine 2 independent clauses, 2 sentences on their own, but a subordinating conjunction allows us to combine a dependent clause with another independent clause. Here is a list of subordinating conjunctions from your book. After, although, as if, as long as though, because, before, if, in order that, provided, since, so that, then, though, till, unless, until, when, whenever, where, wherever, while. So you'll notice that some of these are multiple words, as if, as long as though, and some of them are just the word as on their own. For part A, they're going to give you some sentences, and your job is to underline the independent clause and put the dependent clause in brackets. This is the exact same set of instructions we had previously when we were looking at independent and dependent clauses, but now we are also going to circle the subordinating conjunction that is in the dependent clause. So you will notice the subordinating conjunction is always within the dependent clause. I will do number 1 with you. So the full sentence is, this mathematics problem is more difficult than I thought. So if we look, this mathematics problem is more difficult. That could be a sentence all on its own, which means it is an independent clause, so I will underline it. Then I thought is a dependent clause, okay? Because I thought could be a sentence on its own, but then I thought cannot. And then is our subordinating conjunction. So you'll notice that the word that we've circled is basically what stops it from being able to be independent, okay? And it will always be within the dependent clause. Part B asks you to circle the coordinating or correlative conjunctions in the following sentences and then to underline the groups of words each conjunction joins. For the first question, it says that Madhu and Kelly are going to the science center today. So if we look through our list, and is our conjunction, and it is a coordinating conjunction. Now this is going to be a compound subject, so and is combining Madhu and Kelly. So they both get underlined because they're combined. Coordinating conjunctions, there's only one of them. They don't come in the pairs. The correlative conjunctions have pairs. I'm also skipping ahead to do number 3 with you so that you see an example with a correlative conjunction which has the pairs. Either you or I will have to do the newspaper route today. So this is an either or pairing, which means we need to circle both of the conjunctions. Then we have to figure out what it's saying. It's either you or I. So you and I are the two words that are being combined. So part of how I could practice this is saying either you will have to do the newspaper route today or I will have to do the newspaper route today. The part that changes, the you or I, is what we'll underline. Part C is going to give you a list of conjunctions, and your job is actually to write your own sentences using them. So you could circle the conjunctions that you use and underline the words that are being conjoined or connected by them. Part D has several components to it. The first part is that you use if, because, when, after, and since to turn the sentences into dependent clauses. Then you're going to use each of those dependent clauses in a sentence. So the first example they give you is the bike was lost. My first step is to turn this into a dependent clause using if, because, when, after, or since. I just went with the first conjunction they offered me, if the bike was lost. So now this is no longer a complete sentence. I need to turn this dependent clause into a complete sentence. So I could say, if the bike was lost, you should consider reporting it. And now it is a full sentence because I have, you should consider reporting it, which is an independent clause, and if the bike was lost, which is a dependent clause. So together they make a complete sentence.